And it really is time to change it, to turn the page and really go back to our roots. Why are we here? What can we do? How can we do it? And I think it's really, really important as we move forward to understand what you really have in hand and what you can really do. And it's so important for you to understand what you can do. And we're talking about a business. We're talking about finances. We're talking about taking care of that bottom line. We're talking about being able to not only take care of yourself, but take care of your wife, take care of your kids or your husband and kids, and really, really grasp what you can do. So today, it's just going to be a little different than normal. I'm not going to talk about myself. Most of you have heard my story, at least what I'm willing to tell, and it's a little bit boring, so I'm not going to go there. What I want to talk about is marketing. Okay, and marketing, it's not a dirty word, guys, and you don't have to be intimidated by that word. Marketing, all it is disseminating information, and Marty says it better than anybody, sharing, just sharing information with other people. That's all it is. That's all it is. And when we think about marketing, most people, when they come online and they decide, well, I want to come online, I want to see if I can develop an income, and I'm going to come in, I'm going to learn what I need to learn, and then I'm going to start doing it. And most people, when they do that, they come in and they look at the big picture. They look at those big influencers online, and they're seeing what they do. They're looking at their volume. They're looking at their content. They're looking at their skill set. They're looking at all the things they do. And I can tell you, when you come online and you look at the big picture, it can be extremely intimidating. Okay. And I know that I've talked about numbers for 6 years. I don't do that too much anymore, although I'll get into it just a little bit today. And when you start to look at the numbers, when you start to see how massive everything can be, and you're just coming in because you want to develop an income online, it really is intimidating. You look at the big influencers and you go, holy mackerel, I can't do that. And what you need to understand, initially, neither could they. It took them decades to be able to do what they do. Now, as you look at the big picture and you see what's going on around you, I want to tell you that's the wrong emphasis. When Marty, Dan, and I came in and we started to follow Ash Mufara, did we know the big picture? Yeah, we did. We knew the big picture. We'd been doing this a very, very long time, but we did not focus on the big picture. We focused on the little picture, macro, micro. We focused on the micro, the little picture. And we've always done that. We will come in, we'll see the big picture, but we understand that's not where you want to be. That's not where you want to start. You want to start with the small picture. And what does that look like? What does that mean? When you look at the small picture, what you want to focus on is who? Really, who? Who is your audience? KYC, know your customer. Who are you talking to? And then you want to narrow it down even more than that. You want to talk about one person. That's it. One person. And as you come out and you start to talk to people, you're not talking to the masses. You're not talking to the millions. You're talking to one person. That's it. That's what Marty, Dan, and I focused on. And I know people will come in and go, well, one person, that's great. But what can I do with one person? It doesn't change my life. It doesn't change being able to support myself or my family. It just doesn't change anything. One person is so powerful. You can't, and I'm going to tell you why they're so powerful. But it is amazing what one individual coming in, when you change their life profoundly, the difference it makes, not only in their life, but your life. And as you come out and you're focusing on one person, a lot of people will come in and they'll go, well, I just want to get this individual I just want to spark that interest. I want them to get interested to look at what I have. And people will come in and they'll go, okay, I'm going to start with this way over here. And it's relevant to what they're doing, but it's not the best they have. And they start with something that's way down on the rung, and then they'll go, I'll work from there. No, that's not how you do it. When you talk to individuals, when you talk to a single person, you want to start with the very best you have. Whatever content you have, the very best content you have, that's what you will put in front of people. And I know people, I know at this point, people are going, well, I don't have any content. I'm not a content creator. I don't know what to put in front of people. That's okay. You don't need to worry about that right now. Marty and I will have content. Many people will have content. The company that's coming out will have content. There will be good quality content that you can put in front of people. But you want to remember, when you're talking to an individual, put the very best in front right away. If you can spark that interest, from there, you can give them the details. And the details, especially with what we're doing, it just gets better and better and better and better. So one person, best content you got, put it in front of them, and then let it rock and roll. This is so important that you understand the macro, the small picture, because the small picture, in my opinion, will make you rich. Okay? And I've heard it. I've heard it, Mike, one person ain't going to do anything for me. I get one person. What does that do? It doesn't do anything for me. You have to understand, things are not stagnant. They don't stand still. When you come in and you change your life profoundly, do you think that individual goes into their closet, does their little happy dance, comes out and doesn't say anything? Not how it works. It's not human nature. When Marty and I have something really special to share with people, man, we can't wait to share it with individuals. And this is the power of one individual, that you change their life profoundly, and you change it in a way where their finances are just going to change. They're not going in their closet. They're coming out and they're doing their happy dance in public. And eventually it will come around and they will talk to individuals and they're going to ask them, what are you doing? They can't wait to tell them. This is the key. You want individuals that you bring in not to share it within the circle, within our group, within the group that we have. We want them to go outside the circle and share it with those individuals, because when they give their testimonial, people are going to get very excited, even though they might not show it. And they're going to go out, they're going to give their testimonial, they're going to be excited about it, and people are going to look at them, and when they're done, they're going to go, wow, that's really cool. Can that happen to me? Boom. It's game over. That's the power of one. One turns into 2, turns into 4, turns into 8, turns into 16, turns into 32, turns into 64, and on. This is the power of one. This is the power of micro. This is the power of keeping it very tight and easy for individuals to understand. Let's talk about the numbers just very quickly. These are just illustration, guys. These are things that go around in my head. What can happen when you talk to one individual, and how that can affect the future in really cool ways. And I thought I'd come on and I talk about, okay, let's say you can come in and you can bring in 120 sales in a year. That's not very many. And understand, when I'm talking about this, you're not alone. You're not a lone wolf. You have a whole community that's going to support you. But I didn't want to go there. I thought those numbers were too big. So I thought, well, let's do it with 60. I said, nah, that's too big. We don't even need to do that. Let's start bringing in 30 people in a year. 30 people. That's absolutely nothing. It's a little more than 2 a month. And again, you're not alone. You're going to get a lot of help doing this. But if you were able to bring in 30 people in a year's time, a little less than 2 a month, over the course of the year, cumulatively, you would make right around $1,800 cumulatively. That's a sale, making a commission. Let's say the product was $120. You made 50% commission. You made $60. You made 30 sales, $1,800 for the year. That's not too bad. Most people never make that in their life online. but it's better than that. Let's say you're selling a product and and you have to resubscribe for it monthly. Okay, so every month people come in, they use the product. Why are they using the product? It helps their digital transformation. Products, superior technology, above market value, lower price point. It just makes their life easier online, whether it's individual, whether it's business, whether it's government. They're going to come in, they're going to use it. And because the technology is as good as it is, because the price is really, really good, they're going to come in and they're going to resubscribe every single month. So the last month of that first year, you're going to make $1,800. Now, for me, that's very, very exciting. I went for years and years and I didn't make anything. If I could have made $1,800 in a year, I would have been elated, but it's bigger than that. Those individuals that are buying are going to continue to re-up and buy. So the next month, you're going to make $1,800. And again, nothing is stagnant. This is going to continue out. You're going to bring in that 2.5 or whatever customers are. So your income is going to continue to increase. So if you go another year, at the end of that year, what are you making? It's not $1,800, guys. It's $21,000. That's year 2. Year 3, 42,000. Year 4. You see how the numbers go, guys? And I'll let you do that exercise. You can look at the numbers and play with them. And there are a lot of variables in there, but if you start small, if you bring in one goes to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, and so on. And then as you take it out over 1, 2, 3, 4 years, and you continue to grow your business, and it's not hard to do. We're talking about 30 sales a year. Anybody can do that, especially with what I believe is coming. And if you do that, by the time you get to year 5, guess what you have? You have freedom. You have what an appropriate time to talk about freedom and liberty. We just got done with 4th of July. It's 4th of July weekend. And we're celebrating our independence, our liberty, and our freedom. When we talk about what we're doing, what do we really do? We change lives. We show people how to get to point A to point B. This is how you do it. Don't look at the large picture, the macro. It will blow your mind. Eventually you can go there, but go there when you're financially independent. Stay on the macro. Stay with the small numbers. You do not. I'll give you a quick example, and then I'll turn it back over to Marty. I heard this the other day. I thought it was so brilliant. Individual comes on, he does a video, and he gets 50, 60, maybe 70 views. And he goes to the guy he's working with, and this guy's an influencer. He does very, very well. And he says, this just isn't going to work. I do my YouTube channel. I get 50, 60, 70 views, and I can't do anything with that. It's not going to improve my life. I just can't do anything that. But if you go back to one individual, that's all you're trying to get, one individual. And his mentor came back and he said, listen, I have in the other room, there are 70 people in the other room, and they want you to come in and talk to them. They're interested in what you have to say. And the gentleman, it was a guy, got very excited about talking to 70 people one-on-one. And then the guy said, what did I just do? I just got you excited about talking to 70 people, and you were poo-pooing that your video only got in front of 70 people. It's the same thing. Whether you're talking to them face-to-face in a room or you're talking to them online, it's the same thing. And what are you looking for? What are you looking for? One person. What content can you put in front of that one person that will get them engaged so that you can explain everything about what you're doing? Don't worry about the content right now. Just worry about the concept. This concept will work for anybody. And the numbers that we're talking about, they're so low. Anybody in the world can do this, especially with the backing that they have. Marty, Dan, myself, Mr. Mufara, and many, many others. This is such a neat place to be. I want to turn the page and focus on what we're doing, what's coming, and what you need to do. And when you do that, you're going to get really, really excited about how quickly I believe Mr. Mufara is going to come out and start talking to us about other things. Marty, I'll turn it back over to you, and we'll just toss it around. But these are great times, guys. Get excited where you are, what you're doing, and what you're learning.